Do we have any agreements today, Ms. Phillip?
Yes, Judge, I believe the parties are in agreement to most of the issues except for support. So I'll go ahead and announce the agreed portions. The parties agree that they will be appointed joint managing conservators, and that there will be the standard visitation schedule included in the order. Health insurance will be carried through the mother, through her employer. Dental insurance will be carried through the mother through her employer. Court costs will be as billed to the father. There's no family violence. No retroactive support requested. And then we just have the contested issues of child support and medical support. I'll go ahead and call the parties. I call the mother Charity Roberson. Ma'am, could you state your full name?
Yes, Charity Roberson.
Okay. And ma'am, what's the name of the child that you have with Patrick Hall?
Peyton Hall.
And how old is the child?
11.
And what is the child's date of birth?
12/11/12.
Okay. And ma'am, did you hear the announcement regarding agreed portions of this order?
Yes.
And ma'am, are you in agreement to those terms of the order?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, is it correct that you don't agree to the child support amount?
Yeah, so what I guess the discrepancy that we're having there is that he's wanting to just provide the coverage for the child. And what I'm willing to do is I'll continue to provide the medical insurance for the child and just accept the child support portion.
Okay, so you're saying that the state had recommended medical support of $333 a month. Are you in agreement to that?
No, so that's what I'm saying. I will continue to provide the coverage, the medical coverage for the child, and he can provide child support. He's wanting to just provide the medical coverage, no child support.
Okay, are you okay with him providing the medical?
He doesn't have to.
Okay, so you would rather provide the medical and dental and then just have no reimbursement?
That's fine.
Okay. And ma'am, the state calculated child support at $608 a month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes.
Pass a witness. I called the father, Patrick Hall. And sir, did you hear the announcement that was made regarding your case?
Yes.
And sir, are you in agreement to those terms of the order?
Yes, as far as with the with him, yes.
Okay. And sir, are you asking that the mother provide the health insurance through her job?
Yes. So I don't know exactly what there was a prior agreement between us that we just kind of wanted to orchestrate a certain amount of pay, and I don't know exactly what we're discussing now as far as on terms of that, but I mean 600 was beyond what me and her even priorly discussed, prior to this. So I don't know exactly, how we would go about this. I didn't bring in either like legal representation on the assumption of that we would operate on the amount that me and her priorly had been discussing for the past year. But now that I'm hearing that she's in somewhat terms, I guess, wanting more or wanting something different, I'm actually now like in the position where I'm definitely wanting to now seek legal advice, because I didn't want to, we didn't, our idea of coming to court to this court was we did the thing previously, and we both wanted to just pay $350 flat and just call it a wrap. I guess because of state guidelines, you still have to come to court to negotiate that. But now I'm hearing this, like I said, that this is something that we haven't previously discussed. So I'd rather at some point bring in some form of legal, like I said, legal assistance or something. this is outside of what me and her previously discussed. So
So, sir, you're asking for a reset to hire an attorney?
yes, yes.
Your
Okay,
request
and
is
sir-
denied.
Oh.
Well, your request is denied. We're moving forward today.
Well, can there be some form, because this is
I'm not
literally
denying
what.
your request, sir. We're
Now
gonna
I
go
understand
forward
what
with
you're
your hearing.
saying,
Well, you're
but
not
I'm
listening
saying,
because I'm saying that's it. We're gonna keep going with your hearing. Go ahead, Ms. Phillip.
okay. Mr. Hall, are you in agreement to the medical support of $0 a month?
I mean, I don't know about terms of anything as far as we push. My understanding was something else, and this was what priorly was discussed, and this is beyond terms of what me and her discussed prior to this. So I'm not understanding. I don't know what.
Mr. Hall, it would help you if you could just answer the question that she's asking. Forget about any other conversation you had before this. We need to figure out what we're doing now. We're going to be doing something now. It may not be what you discussed before. So it'd be help you and help me if you could answer the question as far as what we're going to do now, not what y'all discussed before, okay?
I mean, I that's fine. Whatever, as far as wherever we need to proceed to the end of this, that way I can go about doing whatever legally needed to, do whatever. Because this, like I said, this hasn't been what's been discussed. And
You understand
yeah.
this is a court proceeding with a judge, correct?
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm
We're
also
doing this in a
understanding
legal
that.
process, right?
Yes, but I'm also understanding that at some point I can't. I mean, if I had known that something was going to be different, I would have brought in legal advice. I wouldn't have just came in by myself like this in terms of,
Well, you made a bad choice, but that doesn't mean this isn't a legal process that's legal and that we're going to do it in the right way.
Okay,
so
Mr. Hall, the state calculated child support at $608 a month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
No, I am not.
Okay, and what amount are you asking for this, for
The
child support?
prior discussion that was had between me and Charity for the past 6 months or however many months of us knowing that this was going to be $350.
Pass the witness.
Ms. Roberson, let me just ask a couple questions here. Your medical cost sounds pretty expensive. It's $333 a month just to cover the child, or to cover you and the child and maybe other children, or what does the
No,
333 include?
just the one child. I have an outrageous insurance plan, and that's all that I was initially asking for financial support was for him to provide.
So you have, okay, short answers, please.
Okay.
So it's additional amount to cover yourself for insurance, correct?
Correct.
So just to add just this child only is
Right.
$333 a month.
It's biweekly, so it comes out, but that's how they averaged it. So it's 104.26 biweekly for medical and 62.77 biweekly for dental for the child only.
Okay. Well, roughly about 160 something dollars every 2 weeks. And yours is free, I guess, or you already subtracted that out of the number?
No, mine's is not, but mine's is fairly low. When we add dependents on, it's just outrageous, even providing for a family.
Mr. Hall, I guess we didn't talk too much here in this hearing today about your income. But did you disagree with what they calculated your income to be?
No, I reported around 4,000 like as a base pay monthly. So that should be accurate. That's accurate.
Okay. And you have no insurance available to you for this child?
I mean, through my employment I could, but based on, and I hate to say it again, but based on previous discussion, she didn't
I
want
don't
me
want to
to
hear that
put him.
again.
Yeah, I know, right? But she didn't
I mean,
want
that
me to
doesn't tell
put
me
him.
that. I mean, there's a law that we're not supposed to talk about prior to settlement
Oh,
negotiations.
okay, I got you. Say
Okay,
less.
so
I
just tell me
understand.
straight up here what it is you want, and I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to you, but I want to know
No, I
what you
got
want now, and not what you discussed last week or an hour ago or
Yeah.
anything. Okay, so is your insurance cheaper than $333?
Honestly, it may be around the same as far as, because I'm paid weekly, and I believe weekly is about 100 or so yeah, about 100 and something. So, dollars to pay him. So it may kind of round out around the same on average as far as with the health insurance with
Do
carrying
you,
him.
do you have other children already on your insurance?
No,
Okay,
I
so
don't have any other children.
do you know how much it would cost to add this child to your insurance in addition to what you might be paying for yourself?
Um, I do not. Um, no, I do not know how much it would. I haven't like tried to do I guess the calculations or anything like that when selecting the insurance. I haven't added him on because, like I said, I assumed it was going to stay on her, and I would just pay the compensation or whatever.
Okay. And the last words you want to tell me, Mr. Hall, before I decide your case?
I mean, like I said, this. I mean, nothing very much. I mean, I have them just as much as she does, I guess, in a way. So I don't see how the idea of support, in the past few months, I could say that she has picked up time since I've been working here. It doesn't really like allow me to leverage my time away and at work. Previously I was a manager at my job, so I would be able to like keep them overnight during weekdays, things of that nature. But, since my schedule has changed with my new job, it kind of requires that I just, have to be in at certain times and all that. So it didn't really allow me to, keep them overnight. That way I can get them to school in the morning and still be at work on time or anything. But for the most part, as far as childcare, we split him kind of directly down the middle, outside of the actual healthcare. And like I said, I would have had him on healthcare, but our discussion was that he stays on her and I just compensate for it. So
Okay. Ms. Roberson, I guess I'm still not clear on this one issue. Okay, the medical, it's your money. You're entitled to receive the 333. Absent some other agreement y'all already discussed before, that's not a part of what we had in a court hearing today. You're saying you want to waive that? You don't want to receive 333, even though you should be able to get it?
Right. I'm fine with the child support portion.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the parts y'all agreed to, those are all fine. Medical support, Ms. Roberson's not asking for medical support, even though she's entitled to it. So that'll be 0. Child support based on your wages, Mr. Hall, are $608 per month. The order will be drafted by the Attorney General's office and sent to y'all. Only payments paid through the child support office will count, so do not pay payments directly to Ms. Roberson, or you would not get credit for that. And then you might make yourself go back to court again because they'll have to figure out how much you owe. So please make sure all your payments are paid through the child support office. You're not being charged for any back child support, so there's nothing due through December. Your payments began in January. Even though y'all have had some other side agreements, like I said, make your payments through the child support office from now on. That'll be the way we're doing it. And if you find insurance that might be cheaper, Mr. Hall, you can definitely explore that with Ms. Roberson, and y'all can discuss that later. I have to put somebody in the order that's going to provide insurance primarily. So Ms. Roberson will be the one to take care of that for health insurance and dental. And as she said, she's not requesting any reimbursement for that. So it could be worse. It could be $930 to $40 or so. So I think we've kind of worked out. I think that's very fair. It's based on your income, not just what you want to agree to. All right. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom and you can exit the courtroom. Thank you.
So like we had already came to agreement before we even stepped in court. How many weeks ago? A couple of weeks ago, through his mom.
Ma'am, I'm gonna stop you now. You're ranting. It's still, ma'am, no agreement you two can circumvent what the law requires me to do. It is, it's just like you and he could agree to speed down I-35 at 90 miles an hour, but guess what? Those guys in that black and white car gonna say no. Okay, it's the law, and
It's not fair, bro.
all right, ma'am. Thank you.